High Court has sentenced to death by hanging 6 persons who were found guilty of conspiracy to commit high treason and high treason. The 6 were part of 10 persons who in 2021 were arraigned for plotting to commit a coup d'etat. One of the 10, Dr. Mark Palm, died in 2023 in the course of the trial and was thus discharged, while ACP Benjamin Agordzo and Colonel Samuel Kojo Gamali have been acquitted. We have more on this report filed by Citi News' Hansen Ajiman.
The event traced its route to an arrest in 2019 at the Citadel Hospital, where the accused were apprehended with weapons for allegedly plotting to oust President Akufo-Addo. The main accused at the time was the owner of the Citadel Hospital, Dr. Frederick McPalm. The Attorney General instituted a trial in April 2021 and called 13 witnesses in all, including officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. The accused persons, who all pleaded not guilty, also testified in open court. But the testimony of the first accused, Dr. McPalm, was struck out as he died in 2023 before completing his testimony. But the Attorney General Godfred Yeboadame is of the conviction that the deceased would have been guilty but for his untimely demise.
And I believe, of course, the first accused would also have been convicted, Dr. McPalm, because he was actually the grand architect of the whole scheme. But for his untimely demise, clearly, I'm sure he would also have been convicted. 6
of the remaining accused persons have, however, been convicted and sentenced to death by hanging. This, the Attorney General deems a victory.
Today, we had 6 out of the 9 people convicted. And for me, it sends a strong signal to the nation that any attempt at all to destabilize the nation, any attempt to organize the overthrow of the constitution will not be countenanced and will be taken quite seriously. We saw how the persons involved in the scheme recruited various military officers and devised with them on means of ensuring that the president will be killed and that various other persons will also be killed.
Amongst the 6 is the second accused person, Donya Kafui, a blacksmith. He was accused of being contracted to manufacture guns and ammunition for the purpose of undertaking the coup. Prosecution presented video evidence where the second accused was seen manufacturing the said guns and ammunition. Prosecution alleged that he knew and consented to manufacturing the guns and IEDs for the purpose of undertaking the coup plot. He, however, denied this and explained in his defense that the guns and IEDs were manufactured for the purpose of using at a funeral. But the court noted that no evidence was presented to support this assertion. The evidence, according to the court, however, pointed to the fact that the manufacturing was for the purpose of undertaking the coup. The third accused, Bride Deborah, was also found guilty and convicted for the offenses of conspiracy to commit high treason and high treason. He was found culpable for holding meetings and plotting how the coup will be executed. He is said to have, together with other members of the group, come up with sketches on the national installations to target when they attack. The fourth accused person, who is a civilian employee of the Ghana Armed Forces, Yohane Zipi, was convicted for the count of conspiracy to commit high treason for advising on how to purchase machines to jam communications and purchase goaters for the purpose of undertaking the coup. The other 3 accused persons are Warrant Officer 2 Esther Dukwini, Lance Corporal Ali Solomon, and Corporal Sylvester Akampiwon. They are all junior officers found guilty of conspiracy to commit high treason for participating in meetings to plot the coup d'etat. Meanwhile, counsel for 3 of the convicts, Victor Adawudu, says they will appeal the decision of the court.
I believe that the evidence we have put before this court, they hadn't critically looked at some of the cross-examination and evidence, some of the loopholes. And I think that it's a process. We would definitely be going to the Supreme Court for it to also look at the evidence.
ACP Benjamin Agordzo, Colonel Gamali, and Corporal Seydou Abubakar, who were acquitted, couldn't hide their joy after being discharged.
Jehovah is your name. Jehovah is your name, mighty warrior, strong in battle. Jehovah is your name.
5 years after being accused, the acquittal comes in.
It is joy. We give glory to God. He alone has made it. You heard the judgment, and you saw all the rebuttals. I don't need to talk again. They knew it was falsehood, but they continued to perpetuate it and push it hard. It didn't work.
I thank the good Lord for what has happened today. Yes, apart from that, I cannot talk much.
I serve a living God. God is always the king of prayerful man. God is a judge upon all judges. I thank Almighty Allah for this wonderful victory He had granted for me.
The High Court has brought finality to this issue. 6 persons have been sentenced to death by hanging. 3 others have been acquitted and have their freedoms, and their families are happy. The AG says this case is very important to the democracy of Ghana and keeping the peace in Ghana. Reporting for Citi News, Hansen Ajeman.